how's it going? Adrian Hallberg here, and I want to share some clips from a recent trip I had the privilege and opportunity to go on up in the Uinta Mountains. I went with my brother and neighbor and a group of guys that I've met before, friends of friends, and someone lent us and me a mule to ride. So we went used some mules. A couple of them had horses, but mostly mules, packed up. And we went up to the Chain Lakes and Lake Atwood, up Uinta Basin in the Uintas. So this is my first time in that area, first time at those lakes, and it was really cool. Great experience. We rode around 50 miles total over 5 days, and between 12 of us, we caught over 1,500 fish.
Right there. Hold this. I gotta get you.
So as well as getting a bunch of fish, I got the least amount. I was using a dry fly and fly rod. I was focusing more on my technique than the numbers, but most people were using the secret lure and just fish were slamming them. So other than fishing, we spent 2 nights at the Chain Lakes, the upper Chain Lakes, and then packed up camp. We had a big tent that a lot of people stayed in. And then we went up to Lake Atwood and spent 2 nights there. And then we did a little day trip up to another lake and did some fishing up there. And while I was up there, I had my a new revolver with me, so I shot that for the very first time while I was up there. And yeah, we were just riding a lot. I learned how to saddle up the horses. Took me a few days to get the routine down, but feel more comfortable with doing it now, being out on that trip. So yeah, we were just, enjoying camp and relaxing out there in the wilderness in the Uintas. Let's go. right, so that was our trip in the Uintas up to the Chain Lakes and Lake Atwood, some other lakes as well. Super awesome. I was dropping my fly line across a river connecting a lake, just pulling little fish out in between the rocks. They're coming up and snagging them. I enjoyed the fly fishing the most. I mean, you can always throw a lure in and the fish will just come slam it and hook it, but when you're using a dry fly and you're a little more strategic, you have to walk around the lake. You actually have to hook them, and it's a lot easier to pull the one hook out of a fish and put it back than using a lure with like 3 barbs on it. So I enjoy the fly fishing more, even though the volume's a lot less. But if my strategy and game was get as many fish as you can, then I'd be using a lure for sure. So super great area. I think we did, 15 hours of riding total around there, 15 to 20 hours of riding. And it was a great experience. I'm glad I was able to go and it worked out well. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.